Join our Discord server and become a part of the Brainser community. Well, game development is a very big process and it can take from months to years of time in developing a game. A lot of toil is required in order to make a proper game and a masterpiece that we play. But today we'll come to know about how can you make games in weeks rather than spending months or years of time behind them. The games that we're going to make are going to be on the mobile platform, which includes the Android as well as the iOS platforms in it. Well, to your knowledge, if I tell you that the mobile platform has emerged as a very big platform, as in 2019 it made $72 billion of revenue, while the PC platform made $32 billion of revenue and the console platform made $36 billion of revenue. Well, and this clearly shows that the mobile platform has beaten the two oldest platforms out there, and it's growing very rapidly. Well, and we're going to be exploring a new genre of game in it, and that is going to be hyper casual game. If you've ever played games on Android or iOS, then you must have played hyper casual games too. But what are the characteristics of a hyper casual game? Well, there are some out there, such as it's lightweight, it's easy to play, it does not require any tutorial to understand, it's easy progression system and well featured story. If a game has these things, then it's a hyper casual game. And the best examples to understand these things would be Subway Surfers and Rise Up. These two are very famous hyper casual games out there, and I explain to developers the best how do hyper casual games work. But do hyper casual games read the market? Yes, they do. In a way, actually. Well, in 2019, hyper casual games made $2.5 billion of revenue, which clearly shows that you can have a lot of scope in developing them. So the development process for a hyper casual game is very important. Things to note before becoming a developer or making a game is basically, these are not jokes. The first thing is your game should have a very strong and addictive idea, which means that it can be played a lot of times. It has a lot of replayability in it. It can be played by people for a long time. And then secondly, your idea is something people will spend upon, in which people want to grow, in which people will spend money to grow. But don't make your game unnecessarily hard for this thing. Just keep it simple, but keep your idea strong and addictive itself. That is going to improve. Now, game also needs to have good aesthetics, which means well-arranged objects with simple graphics. Hyper casual games don't have AAA graphics, but simple and aesthetically well graphics. But how to develop a game for non-programmers? Well, if you're a non-programmer, don't have any experience to coding, then you should have a game engine that can make games without programming. And the best ones out there are Buildbox and GDevelop. Well, these two are very good for making games without programming. Links are in the description to learn more about them. But you may also use game engines that support visual scripting. Visual scripting is basically scripting with nodes and stuff and creating logic yourself without coding. And the best would be to use Unity with Bolt. Although Bolt is paid but is very good. You may also use the Unreal Engine or the Godot engine, which is free to use for visual scripting. Well, but some things you have to keep in mind while you are making a hyper casual game is to plan out your game. Well, planning out a game helps you to understand how much time will it take, and secondly, make daily targets. These two are very important things when you're developing any sort of game. And then publishing of the game. Publishing a game is really tricky part when it's a hyper casual game, as the market is very big. So we'll come to know about how to publish it. Well, the first option is to go to a publisher. And the options are Voodoo, Ketchup or Quali. These are the best out there. And the other ways of publishing out there are, talk to some YouTuber. Because, you have to talk to some person, pay him. Or else if you think you can make your own YouTube channel, then that's weird. Because that's going to take years. So, things to remember while making a deal with a publisher. This is also very important. First is talk to many publishers. Second is that, don't die for a deal. Don't die that you are not desperate. You're not desperate for a deal. You're making a deal because the game is good. Remember that. And then, what if a publisher refuses your game? Many publishers refuse a game. Well, in that case, don't publish your game. This might seem weird to you, but actually, publishers are experienced in the field and they know which game is going to go up and which game is going to go down. They know that what are the chances of a game, so it's better to listen to them. It's better. And if they refuse a game, they will refuse it for graphics, gameplay, presentation, idea, or anything. Well, in most of the cases, you should ask your publisher the problem and whether it is fixable or not. Well, if you like the video, then hit the like button and the bell icon to get more from BrainSir. Thank you.